Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Maymoney back here again to talk to you a little bit about what happened on this week's episode of The Walking Dead. I'm pretty late with this discussion review kind of video. I just been doing other stuff this week, but I'm gonna talk to you about Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 7, entitled Sing Me a... California dreaming about you. So, this week's episode, I actually really enjoyed. I thought it was very, pretty interesting. There was a lot of different characters that we touched base with, which is a new kind of, well, it's something that we haven't seen in a while. Like, we've always just been kind of stuck in one area or in one place with one character or two characters throughout this first half of the season. So it was good to kind of have a different change of pace. Let me know what you guys think about that and how you feel about the episodes and how they've been built this season. I mean, it doesn't mean that I don't like the season at all. I've been enjoying it thoroughly. But it's good to kind of see everybody a little bit. What else did I like about this episode? Well, let's get into it. Let's just go through, because there's a lot that happened. So I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. I got my notes to keep me on track. But yeah, so let's start with Michonne. First of all, what is Michonne planning? What is her plan? Why is everybody going out on this like crazy, one-man vendetta mission to go find Negan? Like, why hasn't anybody communicated and tried to sit down at a fucking table and make a plan, and instead of like going off on these like crazy missions? But like, it doesn't seem like it's in her character to even go by herself and to go kill Negan. So what is she trying to do? Maybe she's just trying to go do intel like Jesus, or what do you guys think she's doing? Like, that scene was badass when she like bashed that lady's head in on the steering wheel and everything. And I loved that because Michonne is just a kick-ass character and one of my favorites. But like, what is she doing? Let me know what you guys think down below. We have Daryl. We can just touch on him real quick. Who put that note under the door? Do you think it's Sherry or Dwight? I kind of think it was either Dwight. I'll let you know why I think that later when we talk about him. But also maybe Jesus. And I'm also wondering, like, how he's gonna escape. Or, I know it's not a test. Like, some people are like, no, stay, like, don't go. It's another test. But I honestly think that why would they do that again just to lock him up in a cell again? I think he's actually gonna get out this time. How he's gonna do it, and maybe if he runs into Jesus or and he helps him get him out, or what. So just let me know what you think about that, because I'm really excited to see Daryl get the fuck out of that cell and get back to old Daryl, because we've been having too much of this captivity Daryl, and it's kind of getting old for me personally. Because I mean, I hate to see one of my favorite characters in that position of just like complete hopelessness and just like in a dark cell eating dog food sandwiches. That's just horrible. So I'm ready for him to get the fuck out of there and hop on a bike and just dip, take a shower, grab a knife. We have Rick. How will he feel when he gets back to Alexandria and sees Negan holding his baby, kissing him on the forehead and all that shit? And he drinking lemonade with the shoes off, chilling. Like, what the fuck is gonna happen when Rick gets back? Like, I'm tired of seeing Rick in this position. Like, it's starting to get old, AMC. Let's move into some forward direction with trying to get our characters out of this shitty situation. Like, we can't spend a whole season in fucking just hopelessness. So I'm ready to really see some fighting back from when he gets back. I'm interested to see, what happens then, because I don't think Rick is just gonna be, just gonna be sitting there and letting Judith terrorize, Negan terrorize Judith and everything. You know what I mean? Like, Rick's not that broken down. Like, he cares about his children. He's not going to just let some fucking psychopath handle his baby like that. So I'm interested to see how that goes down. Let me take a sip of wine or something. That'll help a little bit. So, let's talk about Rosita and Eugene for a little. A lot of people are all mad at Rosita, like, oh, she's such a bitch for talking to Eugene like that. I honestly think that she spit some fucking truth to him. Like, Eugene was right, like, about, you know, we have to slow our roll and, like, actually make a plan and have everybody together to fight back. We can't just do this, like, suicidal one-man mission. And, of course, like, as we know, Negan doesn't punish the person that, like, say if she shot him, he wouldn't punish Rosita. Negan would punish somebody else for what she did and let her sit in a cell and stew on it in the dark for 2 weeks, you know? So, you know, her going and shooting Negan is, if it doesn't, like, kill him, is gonna negatively affect somebody else that she loves. And that is, like, why I'm irritated that nobody's just, like, sitting down at a table and kind of discussing a fucking plan. But anyway, but I do get what Rosita was saying, like, she has to start somewhere. I mean, they have to start somewhere, and so far they're just sitting there not doing anything and just living under this dude. And she at least is doing something and taking action, because a lot of people are not taking action. Like, the only people that so far we've seen take action to fight back is Michonne, Sasha, and Jesus, Carl, and Rosita. So, and she's like, well, Eugene, like, you gotta fucking, like, prove your worth. Like, put your money where your fucking mouth is, because all he does is yap, 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 talk about how he can do all this stuff, and, like, he doesn't even ever come through. And that's what she's saying, like, make yourself useful, avenge your friend, he saved your life, like, Abraham fucking saved your life, and you're just gonna sit here and talk, and not, like, do anything about it. So, that's, like, where Rosita's coming from. And honestly, she's right. It's, like, one bullet is better than no bullet. Like, you have to start with that first bullet. And, like, if you're gonna make any bullets, there's always gonna be that first bullet. And that's what she's saying. Make a bullet. You say you can make a bullet, so fucking do it. Because we need bullets, and we need at least one. Like, come on now. So I get they're both right. They're both right, but they need to sit down, make a plan with everybody, but they also do need to take action. And for now, I guess it's kind of smart for everybody to kind of go on their own because of plausible deniability. Like, you know, if nobody knows, like, some plan. So say Rosita goes and shoots Negan. Nobody is going to know about her doing that. So, like, it won't really, like, go around. You know what I mean? It's hard to explain. But anyway, I'll move on from that. So yeah. Oh, and do you guys think that, Rosita will actually take the shot? Do you think that she's gonna fucking actually use that one bullet, or do you think she's gonna start collecting them? That's another good question. I personally would just collect them and, like, have them ready for the opportune moment instead of wasting it. But I'm not Rosita, so I'm not exactly sure what she's gonna do. What do you guys think? Oh, yeah, Spencer. So, fuck this dude. First of all, let's just get that out the way. Father Gabriel, high five to Father Gabriel for letting him know, telling him some real truth. You're a little shit. And, or no, he's a tremendous shit, not a little shit. He is a huge shit. And it really made me think about, like, how he came back and he pretty much sold out the Alexandrians and had Negan's people there. He knew that Negan was going to be there or whatever. And is trying to make some deal with him. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing. But it really made me think about how Maggie and Rick first Rick was like, you're weak, you're small, you know, the only reason you're alive is because of, you know, us or whatever. And then how Maggie was saying that, like, a coward is more dangerous than an idiot. And we're seeing that Spencer is a coward and he is dangerous. So we're seeing that, like, firsthand, like how he's just like going against everybody at Alexandria. So that's gonna be interesting, and I liked that kind of parallel that they put in there. And another thing that I liked is like when he said that his mom Deanna was like, the pain will be useful someday or something. Didn't she say that to Michonne? Or like Rick or something? I feel like she did, because she wrote that in, I think she said that to Michonne. I'm not sure, don't remember, but I liked that too. That little callback to Deanna. Let's talk about Negan. This motherfucker. First of all, he takes a shine to Carl. That's pretty cool. That's interesting. That kind of like gives us a little bit more insight on like his character a little bit. Here, let me have another sip of wine. Cheers, y'all. Oh, and then just in case you were wondering, I have this Zinfandel from Rockwall. I have this membership to Rockwall. It's like a little winery in Alameda over at the naval base, and it's really cool because it's like there's a whole bunch of like spirit places there. There's like a brewery called Faction, and there's like St. George. I think they make like distillery, and then there's Hangar One is over there, and also Rockwall, this winery. And I have a membership, and I get these 2 bottles of wine like every 2 months, and so that's what I'm drinking right now. Anyway, side note. Negan, so he's taking a shine to Carl, and I really like how we kind of saw a little bit more about his character and how he really likes to psychologically push people's buttons, and like he's like, he really gets in your brain, inner workings of your brain, and like really likes to fuck with it. Like imagine like him cutting open somebody's brain and just like poking at all the little spots to see their reaction and stimulate them in a certain way. He's so manipulative. It's fucking crazy. Like how he's trying to, he knows how like children think and how a teenage boy, I guess, would think at that time in his life. And he's like showing him all like, oh yeah, you're gonna want to look at their titties, and oh, you see how they just all kneel and they're still on their knees, and like that's respect right there. And he's just trying to really show off to Carl to kind of like show how cool he is, and you know what I mean? And we saw the inner workings of the sanctuary here this episode. I really, really liked that, how we got into the sanctuary and saw his wives and everything, and how he like really he does give you a choice. He's not forcing any of those women to like be in that situation. I mean, they can choose death, or they can choose to work in the, I don't know, work for points or whatever, but they don't. Some of them, like Sherry, you know, she has a reason for doing that, but some of them fucking wives up in there, some of them bitches, I'm sorry to call them bitches, but some of them bitches fucking, like, they're there because they're weak and small too, you know, some of them are in there just so they can have a comfortable place to live. And that's a choice that, you know, that they made. So, I mean, I think that's really interesting. Let's see, what else happened? Oh, and he's like, oh, if you want to be here, fine, but if you don't, he's, you know, if you cheat on me or whatever, like, you can't cheat on him. And so we saw later what happens, the consequences of if the wives cheat. They fucking, see, that's the thing about Negan. It's not you that gets the punishment. It's somebody else that you love. Hold on, I'm about to sneeze. So yeah, sorry. Somebody else that you love. Anyways. Oh, and while I was blowing my nose and hitting the bong, that just made me think about, like, how, use Dwight, for example, and Sherry, when they came back, Negan was like, oh, I'm gonna kill Sherry. And then Dwight was like, no, 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 take me instead. And then he was like, okay, now I'm gonna kill Dwight. And then, then Sherry's like, no, 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 I'll marry you. So it's like the other person gets punished for whatever happened. It's not in, like, he went back and forth. He's like, one of y'all is getting punished for this. So which one's gonna be? It's pretty much what Negan, that's the choice that he gives you, like, and, like, that's the way, like, what kind of prison do you want? You know, do you want death? Do you want to work for points? Or do you want to be one of my homies? But you have to be, like, completely submissive to him. So it always kind of goes back to that. Anyway, so we saw him burn the fuck out of Mark's face. And, that was pretty fucking interesting to see. How, like, I like how they showed what happened to Dwight through another character. That was pretty cool. And how, like, Dwight and Daryl were kind of looking at each other, which I'm gonna get into later. But I really kind of liked how they showed that. I would rather not see a flashback of Dwight. I would rather see somebody else, like, get it done to them, because I don't know, that just kind of makes it more interesting, because that's the rules that the people have to follow, like, and it shows how strict Negan is about his rules, to show that, you know, Dwight's not the only one that can get burned face, other people can't too. So that was cool. And he really just pushes the buttons of all his followers, like how he was kissing his wife and Dwight's wife in front of him, and always just kind of, like, poking at him. And it's like, how have people not fucking, like, fucking stomped his ass out by now? Like, you know how people get stomped out on the street? Just stomp him out. Like, he's surrounded by all these minions. Just go rush at his ass. He can't do nothing. It's not, you know, like, it's so simple, but he has everybody so mind-fucked that they don't even think that that's an option, which is crazy, because, and that's what that dude was saying way back in the episode in the cell, when Dwight killed that dude. He was like, why are we fucking living like this? Like, he's like, I'm out because I want to fight back. I, like, am not fucking with this, so I'm gonna leave, and I'd rather die than go back and live like this. And since I don't have nobody on my fucking side that would, if I were to, like, do something and nobody would back me up, then I'm gonna just go, because he's like, y'all motherfuckers are crazy to be living like this. It's pretty much what that dude, Gordon, I think his name was, way back in the cell. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what he's saying. Anyway, and the way that Negan rules is just through fear, and it just makes people just so submissive and, like, not even willing to fight back. You know, he takes away your loved ones. He brutally, you know, kills people right in front of you to just create trauma. And even, like, and that's what I love about the fact that he's met Rick, because Rick, even though he, you know, is pretty submissive right now, Rick's a strong ass like survivor, and we've seen that so far. And, like, Rick, he's also looking out for his people. Like, he loves Glenn and Abraham, like, and he doesn't want to see any more of his fucking people go, because he knows that they're fucking valuable. But that's the thing, Negan doesn't know, like, Negan's trying to pretty much drive Rick crazy, but he doesn't know Crazy Rick. Crazy Rick is not something that you want to fucking pull out. Once he grows that bloody beard again, like, that's a whole different motherfucking thing that you're fucking with. And, you know, Rick got comfortable, because who wouldn't? Like, they felt like they were in a comfortable spot where they can start growing and creating a society, and all this. All of a sudden, this motherfucker wants to come in and take all that away from you. And if he really wants to drive Rick into Crazy Rick by leading through fear or whatever, like, he doesn't know, like, not everybody is gonna react predictably. And Rick is one of those people that really does go fucking crazy. We've seen it, so I'm kind of ready for that to come back out. And I'm ready to see Negan push Rick over that edge and be like, okay, this motherfucker is not something I should take lightly. And he already knows that so far because, you know, they've already killed so many of their people. He knows that Rick's dangerous. That's why he goes to Alexandria personally, because, like, if he were to send his little minions out there, they would probably get torn to shreds. Like, so Negan has to go personally himself to deal with Rick's group. Otherwise, it would be bad for his little minions, and he knows that because it's happened before. Anyway, let's move on to Carl a little bit because this is getting a little long for my liking. So Carl goes on this like fucking vendetta to go kill Negan. It don't work out. We all fucking know that. Like, I was like, why didn't you just spray that whole crowd? Why are you like, I only want Negan? No, kill all of them. You don't know them. You know, they probably want to be dead anyway. Just put them out of their misery. And I'm just like, why would you come all this way and then end up fucking just like going back? Like, that just irritated the fuck out of me. And then we have, you know, when he's like unwrapping his wound, it kind of shows that Rick still, I mean, not Rick, Carl is still like a child. He's still a kid. And actually it showed that when he fucking stupidly went on that truck. So, you know, he's still a kid and he's not making good decisions, but it does show that he's a brave kid. He's Rick's son, so that's cool. I liked that. He's still self-conscious about his injury. What else do I got on Carl? So, I don't really have much to say, like, about Carl's character. It just kind of, like, pushed the story into an interesting place for the next episode. But, Carl, I mean, whew, so yeah, just took a fat bong rip. But anyway, Carl, I did like his, "You Are My Sunshine" moment. Do you guys remember if Lori ever sang that to him? Like, in maybe, like, season 1 or something? I'm not sure if he, does anybody recall that? I'm not sure. Anyway, but, I liked that, like, reference back to, like, Lori and, like, everything that Carl's been through, you know? Like, the birth of Judith and, like, him killing his mom and, you know, kind of really being hardened after that, you know what I mean? So that was, interesting, and Negan can see that in Carl. He's like, yeah, dude, that's why you're this, like, fucking badass, you know what I mean? Because you know, you've been through a lot. He was locked in a train car and fucking saw the governor's head get chopped off, and, you know, his eye got shot out. He got shot in the stomach when he was, like, hella little. Like, he's killed people himself, so very, very fucking tough kid, and, like, pretty much just grown up in the apocalypse, like. So I think that's what's so interesting to Negan, is that he's seeing this kid who grew up in shit, like, and he's just like, this is the product of society now, you know what I mean? So that's pretty interesting. But yeah, let's talk about Dwight for just a second. Do you guys think that it was like the final straw for him? Because when he was talking to Sherry in the stairwell again, I hate that name, Sherry. That's just like, sorry if your name's Sherry, but it seemed like Dwight is feeling really, really guilty about the way he has to treat Daryl, because he fucking spared his life, you know, like, and Dwight in a way has been tortured, and has been tortured. He has his face burnt off by this crazy psychopath guy, and like, he has to torture somebody else pretty much in the same way. So, what he said to her, it was like, if you're still alive, it's on somebody else's back, and that's exactly, like, what's happening. He's still alive because of fucking Daryl, and now look at what he's doing to Daryl, and Daryl even offered for them to come and stay with them at Alexandria. And so that is just like look where you are. It kind of came full circle. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, that's why I love Daryl and Dwight interaction. But anyway, and another thing is, like, is he gonna be like an inside man? Is he gonna like turn on Negan and be like a inside source of information for the Alexandrians? And do you think that he's gonna help Daryl escape? Like, I think that Dwight is really done after fucking having to burn somebody else's face off. He's like, it's time to get the fuck out of here. It's time to fight back. Like, I've had enough. We've had enough. I'm tired of this fool kissing up on my wife. I'm ready to fight back. So that's interesting. And my predictions for the next, see, it's so crazy. Like, you can't even keep this short because the fucking episodes are so long and there's so much in it and it's so thought provoking. But anyway, fucking we have the, I'm gonna do some predictions and some questions for you guys for the next episode and what you think might happen. First of all, where's Jesus? He was on the truck roof. We saw that Daryl saw him, and then he was gone. So what the fuck? And so we should be just safely assuming that he was going around the sanctuary, sleuthing around, you know, just gathering information about the inner workings of the sanctuary. Did anybody see a key card used at any point in this episode? That would be a connection to like the last episode, that key card that Tara found. But or maybe Jesus saw some key cards in there because it was a factory, so I'm sure that they have key card entrance. How will we see the communities finally fucking meet up? Like, Daryl cannot go back to Alexandria. That is hands down not an option. So where is he gonna go when he does escape? We know he is gonna escape. I'm not saying if, like, he is, but he can't go back to Alexandria. So he's gonna go back to the hilltop, or maybe maybe Jesus knows about the kingdom and he takes him there because it's like not even safe for him to be at the hilltop. So like, where's Daryl going? And then we have like, what will happen when Rick gets back? I don't think he's gonna be cool with a psychopath hugging up on his daughter like that. So definitely something interesting gonna happen there. What is Spencer doing? What the fuck's Spencer doing? Like, why is he being a little bitch and like fucking being a traitor and a coward? And how is that gonna affect what's going on in Alexandria? And what did Rick and Aaron find? Did they find something interesting? Or maybe Judith is something interesting. Hopefully, like, they found something that they can give to him. And also, maybe, like, leave that shit that they found at that spot. Like, leave that shit on the low. Like, don't bring that to him. Leave it out. Bury it in the dirt. Something. Like, don't give everything you have to this motherfucker. And what's Michonne doing? I know Michonne's not gonna fucking die. I know this. She's too interesting of a character, and they've, like, made everything kind of, like... No. Michonne's not dying. There's so much that they can do with her. So, but what's she doing? Where is she gonna end up? Is that lady even gonna fucking take her to the sanctuary? She gonna take her somewhere else? Is she even a part of the sanctuary? How does she know that that lady's a savior? That's just like what I want to know. Maybe that lady's going to be like, oh, I don't fuck with Negan either. Excuse me. I'm going to have another sip of wine. Yeah, clear my throat up. So yeah, like, what if she's like, oh, I don't fuck with Negan either, so I'm just going to drive to where I'm from and be like, here's another lady from a community that is hell-bent on killing Negan. Maybe we could work together, something. Maybe we could talk about it. Or what's going to happen? And what was she looking out the window like that for? Maybe she runs into Daryl when she gets to the sanctuary, and then, like runs into Daryl, and Daryl's like, oh, let's get the fuck out of here, and she helps them escape too. That would be interesting. But I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen there. But yeah, that's all I got for my questions and my predictions. I predict that Maybe Spencer is going to be on his way out. I'm predicting that somebody's going to die in this next episode. Daryl is going to either like go back to the hilltop or something. Oh, we saw Carol and Morgan in this next in the promo, so maybe we see some Carol and Morgan. We know that. I wonder what they're gonna do and what they were talking about. I'm so interested for tomorrow. I can't even fucking wait. I just want to go through work, get through work, sleep in all day tomorrow so that I can just like kill time for the episode to come on. Anyway, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. I know this is so late and probably not even enough time to even talk about it or be relevant anymore, but whatever. I did my best. So I will see you tomorrow, probably around 8 o'clock. I'll be doing my reaction over here in Oakland. So yeah, anyways, y'all have a good one. I will see you tomorrow for the next episode. Do you know what it's called? Do you know the title of it? I don't. I usually know the title of the next episode before. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow. Later.